Hello everyone, all CoFresh project partners, and welcome to this short presentation about intellectual property in the frame of our collaboration project. During this short presentation, we would like to share some basic information related to intellectual property and to reflect a little bit also on the pathway to maximize our project impact, and also to share some opportunities in connection with intellectual property rights that we have identified in the frame of the deliverable 5.2 for the early detection of IPR opportunities. First of all, it's very important that we understand the dimension of intellectual property, which includes not only copyrights and those related rights in scientific publications and databases, but also this industrial property, which is included or is connected to patents or trademarks or utility models, and that need a specific registration, a specific procedure. There are also these other soft intellectual property connected to trade secrets and know-how and confidential information. It is very important that we do not confuse intellectual property with intellectual property rights. Intellectual property are those key assets produced in the frame of the project, and intellectual property rights are legal tools to support commercial exploitation. So it needs action. So IP protection is a strategic commercial decision. And for this strategic commercial decision, we have some references to take into consideration in our consortium and grant agreement. In any case, all project partners have a budget for collaboration in order to create opportunities for the sector and to increase sustainability in the value chains. That's why these agreements include the obligation to protect and exploit project results. We need to ask, in any case, these questions. And at the moment, in the CoFresh project, we are at a very early stage of the project, so no results are ready for protection. But we always need to consider if our result is already ready to become a service or a product, and if the opportunities are connected, have a commercial value or an industrial, or is relevant for the research fields. And also we will need to consider at what level we want to consider to protect, how long, and all these questions. So this is just to have an overview of intellectual property. And also we have included in this presentation 3 articles of our grant agreement, where you can better understand the meaning of joint ownership. Ownership is a very relevant concept for our work and for the further exploitation of project results. Also, the grant agreement includes this reference to the appropriate period and territorial coverage of the protection of our results. And also, we are supposed to develop and create product or services that will help the exploitation of these project results. So this is very important. And we also need to consider that there are consequences of the non-compliance of us as beneficiaries with these obligations. So this is just to have a little overview of the intellectual property and the protection and exploitation. In any case, all Horizon 2020 and New Horizon Europe have a strong focus on impact. And here is a short overview also on the pathway to maximize this impact. So from the project results, we will identify intellectual property, and we will be able to define it, and then we will be able to make decisions on the protection and the management of those intellectual property rights. Then we will need to decide how to communicate and how to disseminate, and what is more important, to exploit these results until they become part of the market. So then is where we can consider the impact of the project. So we will need to have a strategy for the knowledge management, for the knowledge protection, and for the dissemination and exploitation. which there is a partner that will be in charge of this communication and dissemination activities. In the frame of the COFRESH projects, we expect to produce a number of results that will be part of this impact. So some of them will be directed directly to the industry and to investors, such as patents or prototypes or demos. We will also create business models, but we will also produce or we will help to increase sustainability in the value chain, and we will produce knowledge that will be useful for the civil society and also for the research community. On the other hand, we will also produce data and models, and these publications will also help the policymakers. So this overview of the expected results of the COFRESH project has been the base for the early detection of IPR opportunities. These IPR opportunities, on one hand, are, first of all, scientific publications on the topics you can see in this slide. So innovative biocontrol strategies, they already published a very interesting sustainable-oriented innovation report from our colleagues from the Wageningen University. But also there are some other scientific publications expected, and there is a question mark here because I think in the development of our activities, there will be also new opportunities for new publications related to very, very interesting topics where we will be working. Also, it is expected that, to produce the COFRESH project will be there will be a patent that probably, or maybe even more than one patent, with new applied biotechnologies for packaging technologies, technical inventions, and new processes. Also, we will work together in a certification mark that is also a variety of intellectual property right. And it will be, we will work on the development of a business model toolkit, which will also be, probably we will need to protect in order to further exploit it under licensing model. All these opportunities are still open because we are at a very early stage of the project, and it is very important that we consider the collaborative nature of the COFRESH project. So this collaborative nature needs to understand the diversity of interest of all the partners that at the moment are working in the COFRESH project. So from companies to universities or research organizations, but also so companies as InnoGestiona, which are more interested on the impact assessment, which will also produce very valuable information. In all these cases, we need to be aware of the data management and how we organize all this information, and we communicate and protect this data, and also the complexity of the relations between all the actors included in the different work packages, especially in those pilot cases where all the actors involved in the value chain will need to exchange and will need to make decisions together under this co-creation methodology. This is something very important, and it's also very, very much connected to this idea of co-creating intellectual property. So co-creating valuable information and relevant information that at some point could become scientific publications, but also some other I don't know, results, no, that we could protect and further exploit. In any case, we will always work under this idea of sustainability-oriented innovations, and at this early stage of the project, we are very open to new IPR opportunities. So we hope that this presentation is also giving you some clear idea on the opportunities that we have in front of us, and the new processes that we will be opening with the co-creation workshops and the co-creation activities that we will be developing there during the pilot cases. It is important to reflect that each project partner has a dedicated budget for the collaboration and to increase the sustainability of the value chains and to create new opportunities for the sector. So this should lead to new sustainable solutions and to increase sustainability in the agri-food value chains where we are at the moment working. So I would really thank you for your attention. We really wanted it to be a very precise and simple presentation, and also to help and to motivate to collaborate in this project and to work together for the redesign of the agri-food value chains in Europe. Thank you very much. Here is our contact information in case you would like to share some questions or you would like to add, to contribute or to help us with this work. So thank you very much and see you all very soon in Barcelona. Thank you.